Making headlines, the Maldives strongly condemns and denounces the recent statement by an Israeli minister calling for the construction of a synagogue inside the Holy Al-Aqsa Mosque. Matato announced it fully supports the fiscal reform measures of the government, and Ministry of Tourism reveals that over 100,000 tourists from Italy have visited the Maldives so far this year. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Utma Mahmoud. The Maldives strongly condemns and denounces the recent statement by an Israeli minister calling for the construction of a synagogue inside the Holy Al-Aqsa Mosque.
The Al-Aqsa Mosque holds immense spiritual and historical significance for over 1.8 billion Muslims worldwide. It is not only a revered place of worship but also a symbol of Islamic heritage. The Maldives calls on the government of Israel to respect the historical and legal status of the Al-Aqsa Mosque in accordance with international law and relevant United Nations resolutions. Such provocative statements made by senior officials of the Israeli government undermines the efforts to reach a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip and has the potential of fueling religious conflict and causing further instability in the Middle East region. Furthermore, the Maldives calls on the international community to urgently intervene to prevent any action that could change the legal status of Jerusalem and its holy sites and take all the necessary measures to protect the rights of the Palestinian people. It stands in firm solidarity with the Palestinian people in the pursuit of their inherent right to self-determination, reiterating its calls for the establishment of a sovereign and independent state of Palestine as per the pre-1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital.
Minister of Economic Development and Trade, Mohammed Said, disclosed that the state was able to save $1 billion during the past 6 months. The minister noted that this was the result of the measures taken by the state to recover the Maldivian economy.
Speaking at a program of PSM News, Minister Said highlighted that the Maldivian economy was deteriorating at a quick pace when President Dr. Mohamed Muiz took to office. He added that the mismanagement of the state funds had led to irreversible damages. He stated that the current administration has been able to save $1 billion in 6 months and increase the Sovereign Development Fund to $60 million. Minister Said noted that the previous government had printed money worth $521 million within 3 years. He also noted the government debt was increased to a historic level during the past government's 5-year tenure and stated that these debts have not helped increase the government revenue but has led to the state-owned enterprises to go bankrupt. Furthermore, Minister Said went on to say that the ministry is working tirelessly to repay the debts and increase the state revenue, even with all the burdens it had to take on since taking office in November 2023. He added that the operation of the Development Bank of Maldives will stimulate the economy and increase state revenue. The minister also noted the financial center to be developed in Funadu is progressing steadily. He also highlighted that the bunkering services in the north will be commenced in September 12th. He noted that these services will boost economic growth and highlighted that these development plans are being executed without defaulting on debt. Minister Said assured that the government will not allow the state debt to increase without control for a second time.
The Maldives Association of Travel Agents and Tour Operators, Matato, announces the association fully supports the fiscal reform measures of the government. In a statement made public by the association, it refuted the claims being made the association refuses to cooperate with the decisions made by the government to resolve the fiscal situation of the state. In its statement, Matato said it recognizes the importance of effective fiscal policies to reform and strengthen the existing financial system. It noted the importance of reforms that will enhance revenue collection to address inefficiencies within the system and added that the association will provide full cooperation to the government. It also made clear that the association is willing to provide full cooperation with the government in its decision to amend the Tax Administration Act to collect tax in US dollars for income earned in the currency. Matoto stated that the change will boost the country's economy. Matoto gave full assurance that it will continue to support the efforts of the administration to develop the tourism industry and the economy. The government announced the decision to amend the Maldives Pension Act and the Tax Administration Act to facilitate businesses that generate income in dollars by allowing them to make governmental payments in dollars. The government has announced these amendments will be presented to Parliament within the next 2 to 3 weeks. The amendment to the Tax Administration Act will enable companies earning revenue in dollars to pay corporate income tax in the same currency. Similarly, the amendment to the Pension Act will ensure that individuals receiving their salaries in dollars will also have their pension contributions made in dollars. Additionally, changes will be introduced to the regulations governing payments to the Maldives Customs Service, allowing these transactions to be conducted in dollars. Ministry of Tourism reveals that over 100,000 tourists from Italy have visited the Maldives so far this year. This ranks Italy as the top fourth market source of tourists, with a total of 100,082 arrivals as of August 26. This is a remarkable progress compared to 2023, as Italy was ranked as the sixth with 118,412 tourist arrivals recorded by the year end. While the tourist arrivals from Italy have boosted significantly, the government has been exerting several efforts to advertise and promote the Maldives in various platforms. Under these efforts, the Tourism Ministry has announced plans to host a roadshow in Italy. The daily reports shows that Chinese tourists make up the largest portion of arrivals so far this year, with 194,907 visitors. The statistics indicates that while a total of 1.3 million tourist arrivals have been recorded this year, this is a notable 10% increase compared to the tourist arrivals last year. As the Maldives welcomes an average of 6,298 tourists per day, they spend an average of 7 days in the country. With these numbers, the government aims to welcome 2 million tourists by the end of the year. This goal can be accomplished with the arrival of additional 659,804 tourists. The Ministry of Social and Family Development reveals the government aims to identify children who are victims of abuse and rescue them beforehand. Monthly statistics released by the ministry indicates majority of the cases filed to the ministry constitutes to cases related to children. Therefore, the ministry has been exerting several efforts to address this issue. Providing insight on the efforts of the ministry, the Social Service Coordinator of the ministry, Abdullah Ashraf, stated that some parents have been providing the ministry relevant information by contacting through the ministry's helpline. He said that the ministry provides the parents important steps that they can take to ensure the safety and security of their children. In addition to providing services through the helpline, Ashraf highlighted the ongoing efforts of the ministry to establish small groups in islands under the name IBAMA, aiming to mitigate child-related problems. He revealed the groups are responsible for identifying children who could be potential victims for abuse and ensure the safety and security of the children. During the first 6 months of the year, a total of 125 cases related to domestic violence were reported to the ministry, along with 119 cases of physical abuse and sexual abuse, 111 cases of neglect, and 37 cases related to emotional abuse. The ministry stated that the total number of cases reported during the first 6 months totals to 1,341. Of these, 589 cases are that of children, which is 43% of the total cases submitted. The government transfers the Home for People with Special Needs, HPSN, in Guradu, Kaf Atoll under the Ministry of Health. This initiative aims to change the HPSN as a treatment center and provide the individuals the opportunity to reunite with their respective families and the society. The HPSN was established in 1976, aiming to offer protection and care to individuals with mental disorders, societal outcasts, and those without parental or guardian support. It was previously under the Ministry of Social and Family Development. The ministry had brought remarkable changes to the services provided during the past 9 months, including enhanced treatment and efforts to reconnect individuals with their families. A key development at the center includes the implementation of reintegration programs, which are designed to ensure the HPSN functions as a temporary facility. These programs focus on equipping residents with essential domestic life skills to facilitate their reintegration into family and societal settings following their treatment. Aiming to ensure the provision of quality services, HPSN conducted a project aiming to increase the bed capacity of the center. With this, the center is now facilitated with 70 additional beds, ensuring that the center is able to accommodate all the individuals living there. One notable infrastructural development of the center includes the establishment of a reintegration ward. The reintegration ward was opened on May 27, aiming to teach people about household life before reuniting with their respective families. Various programs are held at the center, aiming to rehabilitate individuals while imparting practical skills. For instance, a specialized cake designing course was conducted for female clients with 10 participants. The ward is designated for women who are receiving treatment for mental health issues and are ready to reintegrate into society. Furthermore, mental well-being programs have also been organized in the center along with camps to consult with doctors for special diseases. A new system has been established to provide information and support to residents and their families, ensuring a safe and supportive environment for those in treatment. Efforts are also underway to recruit additional staff, including specialized mental health doctors and therapists. The HPSN currently accommodates 290 individuals, with 31 individuals over the age of 65. While the center has been transferred to the Health Ministry, decisions have been made to determine a budget to run the center and to transfer the employees under the ministry as well. Controller General of Maldives Immigration Mohammad Shamman Wahid discloses that the authority has deported more than 3,000 expatriates working and conducting businesses illegally. Those deported also include foreigners who were working in the Maldives with incomplete paperwork. Speaking to PSM News, Shamman disclosed that as of August 25, a total of 3,322 foreigners were deported from the Maldives. He noted that this is a 64.3% increase compared to the 2021 foreigners deported from January 1, 2023 to November 16, 2023. Noting that the expatriates must be kept at the detention center before deporting them, Shamman stated that the existing detention facility is not the most suitable facility to work at the speed the authority is aiming for. He noted that work is underway to expand the capacity of the facility from being able to hold more than 200 people at a time. Maldives immigration has made significant strides in addressing the issues of illegal foreigners, aligning with President Dr. Mohammad Muiz's pro-Maldives vision. The initiative to address illegal immigrants was launched by President Dr. Muiz in July following cabinet recommendations. Joint operations between the Ministry of Homeland Security and Maldives Immigration have led to the detention of several immigrants involved in illegal trade and food production activities that fail to meet food security standards. Efforts are ongoing to deport these individuals. To tackle the issue of illegal immigrants, the government has introduced a nationwide program named Operation Kurangi. The operation includes biometric identification procedures aimed at targeting undocumented immigrants and facilitating their deportation through coordinated efforts with relevant embassies. The government aims to solve the issue of illegal immigrants completely within 3 years. The Ministry of Islamic Affairs introduces a new system for making online donations through its official website. A dedicated page for this purpose, inaugurated by Minister of Islamic Affairs Dr. Muhammad Shahim Ali Said will feature news articles, updates on mosque development funded by donations, and financial reports. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister Dr. Shahim shed light on the importance of donating. The minister stated the facilitation of online donation services will provide a convenient option for contributors and urged individuals to offer their maximum support for religious initiatives. Donations can be directed towards various causes, including financial support for Quran classes, Umrah trips, higher education in the religious field, the establishment of Islamic libraries, mosque development, religious activity sponsorship, and mosque assistance. Managing Director of Fenaka Corporation Limited, Muaz Mohammad Rashid, expresses confidence that smart meters will minimize the concerns of residents pertaining to the increasing electricity bills. Speaking at the ceremony held to mark the completion of the installation of smart meters in the households of Kudahuadu in Dal Atoll, Managing Director Muaz recalled the persistent concerns of residents regarding the increasing electricity bills. He said that smart meter application will facilitate customers utilizing the smart meters to monitor the daily electricity usage via mobile phones. The Managing Director further revealed the corporation's overachieving goal of upgrading the application in the near future, such that the hourly electricity consumption can be monitored. The application was officiated by Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy Tariq Ibrahim. In addition to installing the smart meters in Kudahuadu and all the islands of Dal Atoll, Fenaka is working to install the smart meters in all inhabited islands of the country. Under these efforts, Fenaka is currently working to install the smart meters in Hadal Atoll, Ba Atoll, Mim Atoll, Faf Atoll, Ta Atoll, as well as Formless City. The smart meters, which are Chinese products, meet international standards and are utilized by several developed countries. Fenaka is equipped with the necessary resources required to test smart meters, which meets the standards of the Utility Regulatory Authority. Chinese electric vehicle maker XPeng priced the first model of its budget sub-brand Mona from $16,813 on Tuesday, verging into the mainstream but highly competitive segment of the world's largest auto market.
The Mona M3 electric hatchback coupe is XPeng's most affordable model and will compete with other EVs priced in the 100,000 to 150,000 yuan, $14,035 to $21,052 range, which accounts for a third of a total car sales in China. There will be two versions of the Mona M3, an entry-level one without advanced autonomous driving technology, available from $16,813, and the M3 Max that uses Tesla-like technology and is priced at $21,866. Both are cheaper than the lowest priced XPeng branded EV, the P5 sedan, which is priced from $22,000. Zhang, a 28-year-old buyer of the XPeng EV, said he thinks that the Mona model is cost-effective for its features that were not available in electric cars at similar price range. He explained, stating that the car-assisted autonomous driving consisted of car intelligent features and its style, and XPeng's proudly optimized power consumption and other performance. The co-founder and CEO of XPeng Motors at a launch gala in Beijing said that XPeng has started to spend more effort to explore the global market, beginning from Europe, hoping to bring its EV technology to the world.
The Red Crescent said at least 10 Palestinians were killed on Wednesday in Israeli raids and strikes in the occupied West Bank in what the army described as a counterterrorism operation.
Red Crescent spokesperson Ahmad Jibril said that 2 Palestinians were killed in the city of Jenin, 4 others in a nearby village, and 4 more in a refugee camp near the town of Tubas. He added that 15 others had been wounded. The Israeli army said early Wednesday it was carrying out a counterterrorism operation in the cities of Jenin and Tulkrum in the northern West Bank. Foreign Minister of Israel said that the army was operating in full force since last night in refugee camps in the two cities to dismantle Iranian Islamic terror infrastructures established there. Violence in the West Bank has surged alongside the war in Gaza, with more than 650 Palestinians killed by Israeli troops and settlers. But while Israeli military operations have become a daily occurrence in the West Bank, occupied by Israel since 1967, it is rare for them to be carried out in multiple cities simultaneously. In recent weeks, Israeli operations in the West Bank have focused on the north of the territory, where armed groups fighting against Israel are particularly active. The latest operation comes 2 days after Israel said it carried out an airstrike on the West Bank that the Palestinian Authority reported killed 5 people. Last week, the army announced it had killed a senior Palestinian militant in Lebanon, accusing him of directing attacks and smuggling weapons to the West Bank and collaborating with Iranian forces. Hamas, whose popularity has soared in the West Bank since the start of the Gaza war, reiterated its call for Palestinians there to rise up. Its statement came in response to comments by far-right Israeli National Security Minister, who this week said he would build a synagogue at the Jerusalem Flashpoint Al-Aqsa Mosque compound if he could. Israel's military campaign since then has killed at least 40,534 people in Gaza, according to the territory's health ministry. The UN Rights Office says most of the deaths are women and children.
Bayern Munich and England striker Harry Kane received the Golden Shoe Award as the highest goal scorer in a European Football League at a ceremony in the Bavarian capital.
Kane scored 36 goals during the previous Bundesliga season, more than any other player in Europe. Despite being the top Premier League scorer 3 times, Kane had never won the award. The prize was the latest won by the striker in a long list of personal awards, but Kane is still yet to win a team title in his career. Kane went trophyless in his debut year in Munich, the first time Bayern finished a season without silverware since 2012. Kane's tally of 36 goals in 32 Bayern appearances in just 5 shy of single-season record held by former Bayern striker Robert Lewandowski of 41. The forward said Lewandowski's record was too far off to consider now. This season's Champions League final will be held in Munich, and Kane told reporters that they have to be there. The England captain was handed the award by Bayern CEO, who praised Kane's character since making the move to Munich 1 season ago. The Golden Shoe was formerly awarded to top scorer in any European league, but in 1997 was changed to use a ranking system which favors players in higher-ranked leagues. With 6 wins, Lionel Messi have received the award more than anyone else. Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo and Erling Haaland have previously won the award.
Toymaker Lego says it is on track to replace the fossil fuels used in making its signature bricks with more expensive, renewable and recycled plastic by 2032 after signing deals with producers to secure long-term supply.
Lego, which sells billions of plastic bricks annually, has tested over 600 different materials to develop a new material that would completely replace its oil-based brick by 2030, but with limited success. Now, Lego is aiming to gradually bring down the oil content in its bricks by paying up to 70% more for certified renewable resin, the raw plastic used to manufacture the bricks, in an attempt to encourage manufacturers to boost production.
In 2015, Lego made the first commitment around this, and since then tested more than 600 different materials. Some were successful, some were not, and that's what happens when you innovate. And today we are pursuing a road where we are using the mass balance approach, meaning that we are taking virgin fossil fuel out of the mix of our materials and increasingly putting sustainable materials in, so that could be recycled materials or bio-based materials.
According to CEO Niels Christiansen, This will significantly increase the cost of production for Lego bricks. The move comes amid a surplus of cheap virgin plastic driven by major oil companies' investments in petrochemical. Lego's suppliers are using bio-waste such as cooking oil or food industry waste fat, as well as recycled materials to replace virgin fossil fuels in plastic production.
It's very difficult because we have such high standards for our bricks. You know, they have to be safe for kids to play with, they have to be durable, so the bricks that were made 60 years ago can still fit the bricks that we are making today, and many more quality requirements. So it has been quite difficult to find the right mix and to make this happen.
That's it for now. Have a pleasant night ahead. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.